Dr. Marvin Gasberger has spent nearly 17 years here in the remote jungles of Borneo. His life's mission: to study one of the least understood sub-branches of human evolution. The Mimes.
I would describe my work as frustrated. I'm sorry. I haven't used words in several months. Frustrated! That's it! On the one hand, I've come so far. On the other, I've accomplished very little.
Descendants of the mime race, Pantomimus erectus, have survived in this prehistoric setting since 1945 when, following the debut of Children of Paradise, they fled Paris to escape persecution.
In the Pantomimus creation myth, God, known to them as created exact copies of himself out of thin air. He then gave his creations hundreds of seemingly random rules of behavior. To a mime, breaking those rules would be unthinkable. A betrayal of who or what they are. You see, to him, we don't exist. We're artless mannequins, veiled by an invisible fourth wall.
The fourth wall. German lingerie tycoon turned amateur anthropologist Gunther Schliemann first identified this important tribal construct during his expedition of 1953. Schliemann and his hand-picked team tried in vain to break the fourth wall, but their methods proved too crude.
Schliemann lacked subtlety. You have to understand, mimes are descended from French intellectuals and anarchists. The Iberian Pantomimus is deadly serious, although he does not tolerate that trait in others.
By 1998, Gasberger had become desperate to make contact. He began to posture and pose suggestively, a dangerous charade that led ultimately to a breakthrough.
I assumed a position of absolute submission, like this, as I had seen their runt do several times. It's a ritualistic way of offering oneself as a footstool to the alpha male, to my delight. For the first time, he not only acknowledged my presence, but even pretended to defecate on me. The rest of the tribe followed his example. It was momentous.
Now, as an apprentice scapegoat of the lowest order, Gasberger has been allowed to observe the tribe's most private rituals.
They're watching us. Do as I do. It's best if we assume the limbo position, which will make us look ridiculous. Quickly, you must pretend to eat the camera. You must demonstrate its viability as a comic prop. Good. We may continue.
The Mime Empire once stretched over almost the entire island of Borneo. But a rift between strict Decru constructionists and the marionette heresy led to a conflict and ultimately the simulation of bloodshed. With Orthodox mimes in charge, trade in virtual goods soon replaced real goods. But this Spartan lifestyle has come at a high cost.
Breathe. When they leave behind staple foods like this, you know they believe the final curtain will soon fall.
In recent years, Gasperger says, the mime culture has become increasingly haughty and intolerant. Tribal members must conform to strict standards or risk being treated as non-entities.
Down there.
But this Spartan lifestyle has come at a high cost.
Ne me dis pas que tu m'adores, mais pense à moi de temps en temps. Car bien de fois le cœur ignore ce que la main écrit souvent. Ne jure pas d'être fidèle, je veux le croire malgré toi. Mais si les filles là-bas sont belles, de temps en temps, dis pense-moi.
You can see why my work is so urgent. There hasn't been a mime child born since... Actually, there's never been a mime child born. It's not that pantomimists are infertile. On the contrary, the males are known to have erections that last for days. But their lovemaking methods almost never result in Ah. See for yourself.
The fate of the lost Mime tribe is uncertain. Without cultural evolution, they face a tragic ending. But perhaps that's how the Mimes prefer it. Better to die as Mimes than to live as... Will the fascinating culture of the Mimes be forgotten? Their love of certain types of avant-garde art, their hatred of German tourists, their biting, sardonic sense of humor. Perhaps one day, Dr. Marvin Gasberger will return to our side of the fourth wall to write the next chapter of the lost Mimes of Borneo. Until then, we must be patient. The rest is silence.
Ne m'abandonne pas, qu'il est lourd le silence de ces nuits où je pense à ta chère présence, au doux son de ta voix. Lorsqu'après tant d'ivresse, de bonheur, de tendresse, tout mon cœur en détresse ne sait plus rien de toi.